Hello everyone, my name is Danielle and I am so excited that you're here today. I lost 100 pounds doing Weight Watchers, which they now call WW, and I am so excited to be able to help others in my journey so that they can succeed in their weight loss as well. If you could, would you subscribe down below so that this channel can be able to reach other people as well? I would really appreciate it. Speaking of that, I have been so shocked at how fast my channel is growing. I just feel like we have built a community to be able to help others in their weight loss journey, and as we approach January 1st, I would love to be able to help other people in their journey. So if you want, write a comment down below in what way I can be of support to you. I've been on this journey for years. Over the course of the year, I lost 100 pounds starting last November to this past November, and it's been an awesome journey where I actually have found inner healing and inner peace that I never had before. And it has just been such an awesome adventure that I want to be able to help others too. One sec. I just made this chai tea latte. Well, I guess it's just chai tea, but I put a little bit of milk in it and it's so good. So I've had this little tickle in my throat, so this is really helping. And if you are doing Weight Watchers, it's 0 points, so that's nice. About a month ago, I found this channel called Home with Casey. She started commenting on some of my videos and just being a really active subscriber to my channel, and it was so encouraging. And she just joined Weight Watchers, and so I've partnered with her in order to help others in their journey. And so if you want to, please check out her channel. She is so fun, and she just did a video that is about overnight oats, and they look so good. I haven't made overnight oats, but they look so awesome, and then they're ready for the morning when you need them, and honestly anytime. But I think it's something I'm going to try out with my kids because I think they would absolutely love it, and pretty low in points, which is awesome. So if you could, please watch her video. It'll be linked down below, and I think you'll really enjoy her channel. She does everything from cooking to homemaking to making her house look cute. It's such a fun channel, so you definitely want to check it out. Because I am new here and just created this channel, I feel like a lot of you guys don't even really know who I am, which makes sense because we just met, and that's awesome. But like I said, my name is Danielle. I have 2 kids, Malachi, who is 4, and Brielle, who is 2, and they are my absolute world. I do everything with them and for them, and I love them so much. And I decided to lose weight mostly because I found it hard to keep up with them, and I just wanted to be able to be a good influence for them, both in eating and working out and just taking care of myself and prioritizing myself. And so they are a huge part of my life. I am also a nurse. I work in OB and I absolutely love it. I've been a nurse for 13 years and I always wanted to be a nurse ever since I was little. It was just a dream of mine to be able to become a nurse. I thought I would work in peds, but I ended up in OB and I absolutely love it. I have so many amazing memories being a nurse, and I love to be able to support people that are trying to lose weight, especially when you're in the workforce and you don't have a ton of time to yourself. So that is a goal of mine, is to be able to reach out to different people who just don't have a ton of time to be able to take to themselves and try to make that a priority. Some people have asked where I live. I live in Minnesota, outside of Minneapolis, and it is such a good place to live. My family is from here. My extended family is in Rochester, and so it's super easy to get to. I grew up in Madison, Wisconsin, and then I went to college at Valparaiso University. And it has been so fun living close to family. My parents live just down the street, which is nice because they can help out with my kiddos a lot. They watch my kids when I'm at work, and so they have a really good relationship, which is awesome. So that's a little bit about me, and now I want to move on to my weight loss journey. I tried to lose weight for years and years. I've always been overweight and always been self-conscious with my body. And honestly, this last year, losing 100 pounds, I'm still technically in the overweight BMI, but I feel so much healthier. Obviously, losing 100 pounds, you are going to feel healthier. And one person asked if I have any loose skin. Of course, I do have loose skin, and I'm not planning on having it removed. It just is what it is in this stage of life. I've given birth to 2 babies, and I have loose skin from that. It is what it is. But I've done Weight Watchers numerous times. I did Weight Watchers in high school, and then I did Weight Watchers a couple times in college, and just never really had success. And honestly, the biggest thing I contribute my success to this time is that I got healthier emotionally. So I really took care of myself. I found time for myself, and I just invested in me as a person. And that was crucial for my weight loss. I feel like you have to be able to take care of yourself in order to succeed in weight loss. I wouldn't say I have a magical answer of how I lost weight, but I do want to be able to share tools and foods that I've eaten, and also try out and experiment different foods for you guys so that I can hopefully find something that sounds good to you. Everyone has different food preferences and also what their goals are in food. And so some people have said that I eat a lot of processed foods, which honestly, that is a goal of mine, to eat less processed foods. But also when I'm grocery shopping, I do tend to show you guys just options that I have. That doesn't mean that's what I eat in a day. I have been doing more videos about what I eat in a day just because I've gotten a lot of feedback that people have wanted that. So continue to let me know what you want and what I can be of help to you. This channel is solely to be able to help you guys, and so I want to be able to do that in a way that's efficient for you and also helpful for you. So I would love to know how I can be of help. Like I was saying, I have always been overweight, and it is totally fine if you're overweight and happy, but I was overweight and miserable. I was so unhappy in my skin. It was hard for me to keep up with my children. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and they keep me on my toes. And it was just hard to take care of myself. And I just decided one day that I have to do this for my kids and do it for myself. And I am so much happier. That's not to say I don't have bad days, but I am so much happier. I've struggled a lot in my life with binge eating, and so for me, healing that was a huge part in my journey to success. And I contribute a lot of that success to saying everything in moderation. So the thing I love about Weight Watchers is you can have anything. Whatever you want is on the table. And I think that that's so important. Before, when I had done diets, I had tried to restrict it this or restrict that. It just isn't realistic. And so for me, it was really helpful to be able to say, I can have anything. It's just that if I have a huge breakfast, then I probably need to limit what I have for lunch or dinner. And there's so many 0-point options that you can really eat really good foods and still feel like you're satisfied. For me personally, there isn't a time that you should ever be hungry to the point that you feel like you're starving. Obviously, sometimes I feel hungry because I think that's healthy, but in general, I'm never starving. I'm always satisfied. I do find that I drink a lot more water, and I was drinking a lot of soda, but I've tried to cut back on that. So now I'm drinking tea and sparkling water and just try to keep it fun that way. But there's tons of options in order to keep full. Like I said, there are a ton of 0-point options. I do have a video that I can link below that I list a ton of different 0-point foods. And so if you want, please watch that video as well. Some other things that I did that helps with my binge eating is just meal planning. And so having foods planned out for the day, at least options. I found that if I wrote specific breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks that I had to eat, I wasn't apt to stick with it. And so finding different foods that you have breakfast planned. So I oftentimes will make waffles or pancakes and put them in the freezer. Same with eggs, and put them in the freezer so that they're easily available. And then with lunches, I will pack individual lunches, which I can show you how I do it specifically. But like I said, everyone's tastes are a little bit different. But just having options that are already prepackaged that you home make, but just in individual size packages that you can just grab for lunch or grab for supper. I live a very busy lifestyle, and oftentimes my kids just need me a lot. And so it's been helpful to have meals already prepped that are healthy, low points or higher points, but I know I'm accounting for it. And speaking of that, I do account for events and stuff. And so if I have something in the evening that I'm going out to dinner with friends, then I will make sure to have a lower point breakfast and lunch, and just keeping that on track. A lot of people have asked me if I exercise, and I do not exercise to lose weight. I actually tried this was probably 4 months, maybe even 6 months ago. I don't know exactly, but I was like, I'm going to work out every day so that I can lose weight. And I actually gained weight, but I was so much more toned and I felt like my pants fit better and I just like felt better physically. And that was a huge shift for me. I went from wanting to exercise to lose weight to exercise just for my own body's sake. I struggle with depression, and this time of year it is winter and cold and I have little kids, and so it is really hard for me to be able to work out. So I haven't been able to work out as much as I would like, but it is a goal of mine in this next year to work out a little bit more, not to lose weight, but solely to be able to help my mental state and just to get toner and feel good about my body. Exercise just does so much for your mental health that it is so important to work out, but not focusing on losing weight with it. Because I feel like most people I know that work out, they mention that they gain weight, and I think it's because you're building muscle, but it is a little bit tricky of a system. So I highly, highly, highly recommend working out, but not to lose weight, just solely for your mental health. And it does, I think it can over time help you lose weight. It builds muscle, it makes you leaner, and it boosts your metabolism. There's so many benefits to working out, but don't focus on the scale. Just focus on how you feel. And honestly, I would say the same to do with foods. When you focus on foods, see how does it make your body feel? So when I have a lot of sweets, I don't feel good. And so I've been craving sweets less and less. When I first started Weight Watchers, I honestly wasn't eating sweets at all because when I started, I couldn't stop. And so I just I had them as an option, but I just tried not to eat them. Not because I couldn't have them, but just because I felt like as soon as I had one, I needed to have the whole box. I never felt satisfied with them. And so I just focused, what did my body feel like when I had it? And what could I do to make a difference? Some other things that I have done in order to help my weight loss is to always have fruits and vegetables available. I have grown to really love fruit and feel very satisfied with fruit. And fruit is 0 points and lower calories. Someone once joked that they were like, no one ever gained weight by eating bananas. And I'm like, I mean, that's true. How often do you see people that are overweight that are binging on fruit? I mean, it's pretty uncommon. So I do allow myself a decent amount of fruit and veggies, and I think it's really important to always have it available. It's also really helped my kids eat more fruits and vegetables because they see me eating it. I'm cooking it in a way that's yummy and tastes good. And so it's awesome that it's been able to trickle down into my kids as well. And I just feel, like I said before, I just feel so much better because I am eating more nutritious food. Not just that I'm losing weight, but I'm just fueling my body with really good foods. Speaking of things that I have changed, I have increased my water intake a decent amount. And so I always have water available, and I notice my body just craves water so much more than it used to. And so I really do notice when I don't have enough water, and I have decreased my alcohol intake. So I know when you Google how to lose weight, one of the #1 things is to decrease alcohol, and that has been so hugely important for me. I was drinking so much margarita mix before, and not only is that not good for you in so many different ways, but it did make me gain weight for sure. And so I cut that out and found like a lower calorie alcohol option. And then they changed the point values of that one. I think there was a glitch in the system and it was saying that it was lower points than it really was. Because when I would type it in, it would be one set of points, but then it was actually something different when you just like typed in the name of it. And so in the last couple of months, I've actually decreased alcohol to pretty much nothing. I occasionally will have a drink or two, but in general, I'm not drinking as much. It's made my sleep better. It's made me feel healthier emotionally. And I've lost weight because of it. So it's been so helpful in my journey, both with my mental health and with losing weight. So that's been awesome. I recommend trying to start out the new year with limiting, if not getting rid of alcohol altogether, and just see how you feel. Are you sleeping better? Will you lose weight when you haven't been losing weight? Do you feel better emotionally? Just see what kind of things alcohol has been hurting you for, and see if decreasing it or getting rid of it altogether will help in those areas. Speaking of drinks, one thing that I have really stopped doing is drinking my calories. And so I don't stop at Starbucks on a daily basis anymore in order to get my peppermint white mocha with extra whipped cream. Found out those are like 18 points, and you know, just not worth it anymore. So if I do go, I'll get like Americano, or yesterday I actually got a latte with some peppermint syrup. But honestly, I don't really stop at Starbucks nearly as often anymore, just because they are so high in calories and I have saved so much money, which is super nice. At home, I don't drink creamer nearly as much anymore. Because it is so high in points, I will have just like, oh my gosh, words are hard. I will have like, I'll have like 2% milk with some sugar-free syrup, which does have some artificial sweetener in it, but I use such a small amount that I don't think it has a huge impact on me, and it tastes so yummy. So I have that in the morning, and I have been drinking tea a little bit more, and I've just found things that are lower in points, and it's been awesome. So I have cut down drinking my calories, and I don't do it nearly as often as I used to. One thing I would really recommend is to scan everything. So see what kind of foods you are eating right now. Just get an idea, a good picture of what points are you having. When you go to the grocery store, just going down the aisle and seeing what different things have different points. I found some new foods that were lower points because of that. And I think that will be really helpful in your journey, and especially if you're new and starting out, then you can be able to find out different foods that sound appealing to you and different foods that will be on your plan. Again, Weight Watchers is not restrictive at all, and I think that's super important, especially if you have had binge eating in the past. I think it's really important to be able to have anything at any point and to not feel restricted. I posted a thread to see what I could do to be able to help you guys, and someone asked what I do with resetting, and I used to be like, I'll just restart in the morning. I'll start tomorrow. And then I would just binge eat throughout the whole night and eat whatever I wanted and as much as I could, because the diet would start tomorrow. And that has been a huge shift. So let's say I eat a ton for breakfast, or I eat foods that I consider like off limits. Obviously now nothing is off limits, but before, if I ate something that was super high in points or super high in calories, and I was feeling like down on myself and I was having one of those like, oh, just forget about it days, I now reset right then. And so I'll either go for a walk, or I'll just reset in the moment and plan the rest of my day. So I personally don't try to have a 0 point rest of the day. I will increase my protein and I will still have points throughout the day, but I don't consider it an oh, forget about it day. I just reset in that moment, restart, maybe even just have as many points as you're supposed to in that day so that you don't binge eat the rest of the day. I only get 22 points, so I don't get a ton of points throughout the day. So for me, if I blew it in the morning, I'll consider some of those my weeklies, and I'll just say, whatever, I'm resetting now. I don't wait until tomorrow. You think about how many calories you'll save if you reset right then and there versus resetting in the morning. It's just a totally different shift. And honestly, I think it's really healthy for you to have a good relationship with food and to not say, oh, I'm just gonna screw it for today and eat whatever I want that are considered off limits. And if you include it in your plan, then that's fine. And if you reset right then you can have a healthy relationship with food, because you can still have food and you don't have to feel like you have to binge on it because you won't get it tomorrow. You can have it in moderation, and that's awesome. So for me, with resetting, I always try to meal plan, like I've said before, so that in those moments that I'm wanting to binge, I can just pull out some of those meals that I've already had available. I do try to keep it higher in protein, because I found when I binge eat, or I have like a moment where I've eaten something that's way off my meal plan, then I am super hungry. It's kind of weird how it works, because the more I eat, the hungrier I am, which feels very backwards to me, but it is what it is. And so I do try to keep it high in protein, and I try to still have meals when it's meal time, snacks when it's snack time, increase my water intake to try to get rid of some of that salt if I've had higher salt foods, and try to just get back on track right away. I don't wait till the next day. If I binge eat at night, I'll go to bed, I'll go for a walk, I'll find something soothing to help with my emotions, because typically I will binge eat because of emotions. And so I try to find a different way to regulate my emotions. I'll read a book. Honestly, whatever sounds appealing to you that you do in stressful times, I recommend doing in those moments as well. Anyways, this was kind of a lot of information, but I hope that I'm able to help you in your weight loss journey. Again, I would love to be able to help you in any way that I can, so please write a comment down below and subscribe if you liked this video. And please check out Home with Casey. She is absolutely darling, and I think that you will really enjoy her channel. I will put a link down below so that you can have easy access to her channel, and between the two of us, I hope that we're able to give you some different information that will help you on your weight loss journey. We are gonna go swimming, speaking of exercise, and so I'm gonna go get my kids ready and head off to the gym. I hope you all have a great day. Bye!